Hello and welcome to Off Script. My name is Hannah Bowman. This is a reality TV podcast. We're talking all about maths. If you're watching on video, my legs are like looking so awkward because my dog is here and I don't have the heart to move him. So sorry about that. But let's get into Married at First Sight. Or should we say madness, carnage, women fighting at first sight. So last night we had the dinner party and it just, I've definitely hit the stage in the show where I'm fatiguing. I'm just not sure how much more of all the yelling and everything I can cope with. But that's okay. We're dedicated. We're dedicated to it. And honestly, like, it was quite an interesting episode from the perspective of just like trying to psychoanalyze these people, because it is just baffling how they behave. First of all, we had little Miss Red Riding Hood, Juliette, walking in there, and like, I know it's not a fashion show, but God, who approved her dress? Like, it really was giving Halloween. That's okay. I think she is so oblivious to how she's being played by Gia that it's like comical. And I don't know if she's seeing it while she's watching it back, because obviously this was filmed a few months ago and you would feel all the emotions while you're going through it, but then to actually like reflect on it and watch it as Australia watches it must be just the most confronting activity possible. So we have Beck walk in. Everyone's not sure if Beck and Danny are going to show up. And Juliette and Gia are like, we're not saying hello. We're not saying hello. And then eventually Juliette's like, you know what? I'm going to go up and say hello. And obviously Beck's like, girl, leave it. Leave it. So they waited until they all sat down for dinner to kind of talk about the fact that Juliette had used the most disgusting language to describe Beck, and watching her freeze up while she tried to justify her words was, I don't know, I felt like it was Beck's like redemption moment. She was on Survivor Redemption, because Juliette really couldn't give a straight answer without her puppeteer, Gia, there. And again, I flip-flop on my thoughts on Beck from week to week, because like, she obviously was so bad at the retreat, but then when you look at like her intentions with what she does, she's never like actually trying to hurt people. Versus Juliette and Gia, well, Juliette outwardly doing it, being like horrible, versus Gia is just a bit smarter and is the puppeteer. And when Beck said that at the retreat and Gia was like, puppeteer, what? It's like, that's actually the perfect way to describe her, because she's trying so desperately to save face and be like the star of the show and the boss babe, like ahead of all these other women. But she pushes the others to say things and do things. And obviously Juliette said those things on her own merit, but she does have that earpiece in her ear that is Juliette just being like, babe, don't give up now. And then the fact that Gia didn't say anything while they were grilling Juliette, and like a rightful so grilling. You don't get away with calling people those names without people like questioning it, being like, please explain. But yeah, I just think it was so telling of the fact that Juliette was just there to put on a show and to, I don't know, be that boss babe when she really had no reason. Versus we have Beck, who's having this like internal conflict of her like inability to read social cues, mixed with her crass sense of humor, mixed with alcohol, mixed with everything, mixed with the fact that she actually is friends with Rachel. And I think I loved that Rachel was so forgiving of her. And I think that showed a really nice side. And it, I think, made it a lot more obvious and clear where those lines, those battle lines are drawn. Because after all that's happened, when you can look back and see that Beck and Rachel have actually made it through and figured it out, but Juliette and Gia are still the ones arcing up, it's like, So, yeah, and then for everyone that's watching the Stan After Show, I know, like, paying for it annoying, but it actually gives so much more context to what's happening behind the scenes. So the most kind of interesting part of that from this week is they got Steve, Rachel and Beck all there together, and they looked at footage that wasn't shown on the actual show. And the main takeaway from that is that earlier in the night, Steve had joked with Beck about the whole finger situation. And that, I think, obviously was the green light for Beck to be like, Steve-O's joking about this. This is good. I've done my cheers. Someone's found love. People have come back from the brink of hell. And then we've had X, Y, Z. Ha, ha, ha. And I mean, the fact that Rachel was so cut up about a 60-second chat with Beck that she didn't know about, I cannot imagine how she felt about them joking about that together ahead of time and her not knowing. Because if they are still together, which I don't know, like they're obviously sitting side by side on that Stan show because they have to like keep the illusion alive a little bit. Yeah, I don't know. Surely she's not too happy. But then it's like Gia's showing off her new boyfriend and like Alyssa's alluding to the fact that she hates David now. So it's like, would they really sit there and pretend that they're still in love? I don't know. I don't know, guys. It's all very confusing, but I guess it's entertaining. Is it entertaining? Are we entertained? I'm not sure anymore. But yeah, the thing I'm really struggling with is the thought that Stella and Filip could be having issues, because if we don't have them, then we've really got nothing. We've got nothing to hold on to. So we can only keep them in our thoughts and prayers that they're okay, they make it through. I think they do. But for now, we've just got to take a few days off from the MAFS universe and then God, see what these receipts are that Gia clearly has when we all reconvene for the commitment ceremony on Sunday. That's the thing. I feel like I'm by Wednesday, I'm sick of MAFS, but then by Sunday, I'm gagging for it again. So who's the one that's really kind of whipped by this show? It's me and the whole of Australia. And I guess the rest of the world. I think it has started airing in the UK now. So, yeah, there'll be more commentary from everyone else as they watch it too. So, yeah, that's where we're at. In the meantime, if I see anything, I'll make some vids about it on my Instagram for Off Script. So follow me there and I will see you after the commitment ceremony.